welcome to this week's episode of Shut Up Stupid, the show where you prove Voltaire was right because none of you have common sense. I'm your host, Tim Saliani. This week, our first question comes from a young lady named Devin. Devin, what's your question?
Hey Tim, parents all over Long Island found out yesterday that their kids will be going back to school on a modified schedule, many of them only attending 2 days a week in person. Just wondering how you feel about these hybrid models.
Did we get an actual pertinent question on this show? Fuck. Alright. You know what? I'm glad this finally came up because I have beyond fucking had it with the way we look at education and educators in this country. And I'm beyond fucking tired of public educators being vilified daily when they spend most of their days dealing with your shitty little STDs that you all think are God's fucking gift to the world. I got news for you. Your rugrats aren't fucking special. My daughter's my favorite person on planet Earth, and she's special to me, but she hasn't cracked the human fucking genome yet. So guess what? She's average right now, and I love her all the same. I'm not going to walk around like she's entitled to anything just because she's fucking mine. And I'm certainly not going to blame some teacher for any failings I may have as a parent along the way. Fuck. Teachers get shit on consistently by entitled parents, end up having to teach bullshit based on whatever lobbyist did a good enough job to get assholes who haven't set foot in a classroom since their formative years to pass education laws that only serve to suck money out of schools and into corporate interests. And then the kicker is, they have to listen to the average fucktard drone on about how cush it is that they get summers off when they bring their fucking work home with them every night and every weekend. Their day doesn't end when your little crotch monster hops on the big yellow Petri dish express to go home to be ignored by you some more. Well, if they can't hack it, then they don't have to be teachers. Oh, do you say the same thing to police officers? The point is, both professions, we should be giving them the tools to do important jobs. And that shit isn't happening because of straight up greed. I gotta give teachers credit. After being thrown into this thing after a couple of months, they had to adapt to a new way of life in order to impart some wisdom on your flock of dunces. Teachers stepped up to the plate and continue to do the best that they can do to educate your children safely. As far as my thoughts on the hybrid model, it's flawed. You're still going to have contact with far more people than you should during a pandemic. It's not like kids actually fucking will listen to social distancing rules. Their fucking parents don't even take this shit seriously. And with a hybrid model, parents are still going to have to work, so now you're hiring a babysitter to come into your home and you don't know where the fuck they've been. But what choice do we have when public schools aren't about education anymore? It's simply a place for us to send our kids so that us working stiffs can also go put our lives at risk for jobs that we most likely can't stand. Because let's fucking face it, in this country, if you're not rich, then your only worth is how much money you can make for someone else. You know, the solution to all this would have been to take this shit seriously months ago, instead of arguing like petty douchebags over the validity of a virus and storming state capitals to get your local Red Robin back open. But typical selfish assholes that we are, we couldn't do that. So I'm sorry, teachers. Our overlords have spoken, and your lives are apparently expendable in the name of capitalism. Oh, Tim, what are you, a socialist? No, I'm just a guy that understands what it looks like when the game is rigged. Teachers, you're underpaid, you're overworked, and you're treated like shit. This country of half-wits doesn't deserve you. But some of us out there care, because you're the last line of defense in our slide to idiocracy. And I fucking pray that a horse named Common Sense shows up one fucking day to save us. Until then, stay safe. Next question.
Hey Tim, I have a question for you. When you're doing your shut up stupid rants and you keep looking to your left or scoffing or talking without using words, are you actually talking to somebody? Or are you sitting on your toilet staring into a mirror with a fancy background behind you? Thanks.
I don't know what you're trying to insinuate, evil Michael J. Fox, but we run a professional operation around here. I'm not going to have you impugn the integrity of my crew who work hard every show to entertain and enlighten you. So kindly take your V for Vendetta facial hair and fuck right off. Now, if you'll excuse me, my crew is going to cut to commercial so I can enjoy a delicious Spider Bite Beer Company beer.
Every hour, a comedian loses a gig or a long-standing open mic to the pandemic. Their shows are canceled. They need to host Zoom shows, or they need to create online content for their fans with no stage.
Hi, I'm Sarah McLaughlin, and I'm here to ask you to donate to the ASPCA, the Association to Support Professional Comedian Associates.
Hey, Mom. It's Tim.
Please say you'll be the answer to an innocent comedian who's suffering right now and needs your help.
Please, call the number on your screen or go online and provide a monthly gift to these comedians' podcasts, Patreons, and OnlyFans. They need your help.
For just $18 and a 2-drink minimum, you'll provide comedians with the bar food they need to survive during these trying times. You'll provide them with emotional shelter and love. No.
What about medical?
Comedians don't deserve medical.
Dental?
Call within the next 30 minutes.
And we'll provide you with a photo of one of these poor, dumb, stupid,
Rule of 3.
idiotic comedians. We'll also send you this beautiful tote bag, free.
Merch?
This is your chance to say you won't sit by while an innocent comedian suffers.
The only thing that keeps me warm are my tears. I don't think that's a joke.
In your arms, I'm an angel.
Welcome back to Shut Up Stupid, the show that's forced me into alcoholism. I'm your host, Tim Saliani. Just fucking get on with it.
Hi Tim, Kate Hester here. What's your opinion on the healing powers of crystals?
Give me a minute, Kate. I have a migraine, so I'm going to have to shove a Himalayan salt rock up my ass and chant Kali Ma for 45 minutes until I either cure it or I pass out from blood loss. Healing crystals. Get the fuck out of here. Ask Steve Jobs how holistic medicine is working out for him. Oh, wait, you can't, because the only rocks he's dealing with these days are the ones above his fucking casket. What's wrong with people? Andy Kaufman, Isaac Hayes, Jim Henson, Bob Marley, Peter Sellers, Princess Diana, all scoffed at modern medicine and all died because of it. Well, maybe not the last one. Even so, alternative medicine has become a multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry, and it's all based on bullshit. There is more scientific evidence that you can cure cancer by rubbing your stomach and patting your head while saying rubber baby buggy bumpers repeatedly than there is that some fucking shell you bought from a store full of patchouli oil can cure you of cancer if you drink the tears of a half-frozen Tibetan Sherpa from it. Look, some stuff is good everyday healthy practice. Healthy eating. I mean, I don't do it, but I'm sure it works. Meditation. I refuse to be stuck inside my own head for that long. It's a fucking war zone in there, but it's proven to work. But what doesn't work is ignoring science and sound medical advice. So if it makes you feel healthier to rub a rabbit's foot in your taint, then have at it. But maybe get a lung function test if you're coughing up a Jackson Pollock painting into a napkin. With everything going on these days, now is not the time to take the words of any quack, even if they do have a medical license. It's called consensus, the old 4 out of 5 doctors bit. If 4 doctors tell me one thing, and 1 doctor is telling me they are wrong, but also believes demon cum exists, I'm not consulting a magic 8-ball to decide which fucking way I'm going. Sound medical advice. It's really not difficult to have cognitive reasoning, people, so pull your head and your Himalayan salt rocks out of your fucking asses and get with the program. Next question.
Hey Tim, just wondering if it ever crossed your mind how ironic it is that all of these libertarian, freedom-fighting, right-wing tough guys constantly bring up how the new generation of snowflakes is weak compared to the greatest generation and all of these other generations of war heroes who adapted and overcame, but these little sissies can't put a piece of cloth over their face for a few months without crying about it. Kinda weird, eh? Thoughts?
I don't know, Colonel Kurtz. Why are you whispering outside of a house like you're the fucking BTK guy? Clearly you're on some sort of watch list that now I'm a part of, so thank you for that. Jesus, we get it. You don't like conservatives. I don't like them either. I also don't like liberals. Quite frankly, I think you're all fucking nuts. But you're right about one thing. If your political ideology is more important to you than your own health or the health of those around you, then you can shove your Trumpy bear or your pussy hat up your penny slot and step in front of a speeding bus. Enough with this nonsense. Public health isn't political, you fucking jackwagons. And to you, sir, stay where you are. Help is on the way. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I got another one. I don't fucking know. They find me. What do you want from me? Go to commercial. How you doing, folks? Don South here, QVC Card Extravaganza, and boy, do we have a deal for you today. Due to COVID-19, there's no sports cards being traded, but the good people at Donruss and Topps Baseball Cards are now bringing to you the local comics you don't know trading cards. And boy, folks, this is the deal of a lifetime. Who do we have here? Look at this. We have a Hugh Murray. Hugh Murray. Gem Man 10 card. You're not going to see this anywhere else, folks. He just scared the shit out of 4 people in a parking lot. Who else do we have here? Oh, folks, here is a great... Nigel Fullerton. Nigel Fullerton. He's going to get up there. He's going to entertain you because he's going to be real loud. You're going to laugh. Who else do we have here? We have... Look at this. We have... Katrina Reese. Katrina Reese. Gem Man 10 card from Fleer. It's absolutely amazing. She's multifaceted. She can bore you with the guitar or her comedy. Katrina Reese, this card is a steal, folks. Who else do we have here? Billy Geyer. We have a Billy Geyer card. Folks, he is going to absolutely appall you with the things that he says. Absolutely abhorrent. Absolutely amazing card. You have to get this card. It's all a part of this set. Be dialing now, people. What else do we have? This fucking guy! This guy is in the set. I don't know who he is. I don't know where he came from. You may want your money back, but he's in the set as well. This fucking guy. Who else do we have here? Folks, let me tell you. Tim Thompson! Tim Thompson! Probably one of the most awkward people behind a microphone. One of my personal favorites. Tim Thompson, gonna make you laugh. An absolute steal and a part of this set. You have to be calling now, folks. If you're not calling right now, then I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life. You need to be dialing now. Folks, I didn't even see this before. Dracula! We have Dracula as a part of this set. He's absolutely going to make you wonder why you paid $17 and had to sit there with a 2-drink minimum. Dracula, a part of it, an absolute steal, folks, an absolute steal. Who do we have? Billy? Well, this one I've never... Kate Hester! Kate Hester is a part of this set. Don't know who she is, don't know where she comes from, but apparently they needed one more square. Who else? Folks, here's another one that's an absolute steal. This zilch is an absolute abomination to comedy. He should not be anywhere near a microphone. He's about as funny as child cancer, folks. Let's face it, this guy needs to hang it up and go home and just take up accounting as a hobby. He's an absolute pile of garbage. This guy, real piece of trash, also part of the set. Who else do we have? Oh, folks, we have Midlife Crisis Guy. Midlife Crisis Guy took a comedy class a year ago, now decides he wants to be a comic. He's gonna get up there and talk about low-hanging balls. Nothing going on. Midlife comic guy, Jim Minten, always a good part of any set. Folks, if you act now, I can't believe we're doing this. But if you act now, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna throw in. And Billy, I need you to let me know that this is an actual thing. We're gonna throw in a Mike Keegan rookie Jim Minten card. A Mike Keegan card. This gentleman once got paid in 4 plates of mozzarella sticks and took them home for the next 2 weeks. Finished them in a knife. Absolutely amazing, folks. You're never gonna find another one like this. A Mike Keegan Jim Minten rookie card. And if you act now, we're gonna throw in a Carla Okerson. She's gonna tell you you suck. She's gonna tell you you got 7 minutes. She's gonna host your show and tell you that you better get the fuck off the stage in 7 minutes. Otherwise, we're never booking you again. A Carla Okerson card. Folks, I don't know what you're waiting for. You need to be dialing now. There's no other trading cards on the block. It's your local comedians you've never heard from trading cards. Call now. Order now. You can put it on FlexPay, folks. I'm gonna go have a heart attack. Be dialing. Hello, and welcome back to Shut Up Stupid, the show that none of you have clearly read the title of. Next question.
Hey, stupid. How's it going? Big fan. Question. We're currently in troubled times. How did we go from uncertain times to troubled times? When did they change the music on us in those commercials? Right? When did they change the piano tune? They're still behind us. But what caused it? And how do we go back to uncertain times? Do we have to sell more Kia Sorentos? More people have to invest in Charles Schwab? The more people have to buy Serta Perfect Sleepers before the commercials determine we're back to uncertain times? How does that work? And thank you for doing God's work, my friend. This shut up stupid really gets us through these uncertain, troubled, hard times.
You want an exact date? June 17th, 1994. Times were uncertain. The city of New York was optimistic they might see the Knicks actually win a championship, until cut 2, Al Callings agrees to take a ride with a suicidal OJ down the 405, and from there, we've gone to shit as a society. Let's take a look at all the 6 degrees of O.J. Simpson that stemmed from him cutting his wife's head off and pointing the finger at Marcus Allen, shall we? The Dream Team, O.J.'s lawyers, were headed by Johnny Cochran, F. Lee Bailey, and O.J.'s personal friend Robert Kardashian, who wouldn't survive long enough to know he would spawn Satan's children, who would make it their life's work to dumb down America and make me never forgive them for knowing who the fuck Moesha's brother is. The case gave rise to Court TV, who gave a career to Star Jones, who would later go on to host Cauldron Talk. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean The View, which would sully the career of Barbara Walters for having to work with the idiot from Season 1 of Survivor, whose biggest accomplishment to date was having an NFL quarterback's kids. Court TV fades away and becomes True TV, whose biggest show is now 4 dudes hilariously fucking with each other and a gentleman screaming at random people while offering them $1 on the street. It's their entire lineup. Star Jones would go on to be on Celebrity Apprentice, which is the show that would validate the notion that Donald Trump is a genius businessman because he knew when to fire Meatloaf. Because Court TV was so popular, 24-hour cable news suddenly started giving careers to legal analysts like Harvey Levin, who would go on to fill Doug Llewellyn's giant shoes on the updated People's Court, and then start TMZ so we can watch annoying 20-somethings with cell phones bother celebrities while they wait for their fucking valet. Other legalists include Greta Van Susteren, who dared to answer the question, what would it be like if the right side of Mary Jo Buttafuoco's mouth had its own talk show? It also made Geraldo Rivera, fresh off his "oh fuck, there's nothing in Al Capone's vault" shitfest, into a legitimate source of information. The latter of the two would go on to start Fox News, which would give a struggling old loofah salesman who'd just been fired from that bastion of journalistic integrity, Inside Edition, a prime-time spot for him to shake his get-off-my-lawn fist for an hour a night, thus instantly piquing the interest of your parents and grandparents, and now anytime you have to sit in a doctor's office with the cast of Cocoon, it's all that's ever on the fucking television. But, because Fox started to be successful, then media companies realized, well, there's a whole other set of crazies out there we can market to, and thus began the liberalization of MSNBC, because why should conservatives corner the market on being told they're pretty and right all the time? Then along comes social media, and with the advent of using sex tapes for fame, talentless rich assholes take to the platforms, dubbing themselves social media influencers. And fuck me running, they actually influence a generation of kids to become line to argue just how fucking right all the time they are, thus leading our country into thinking an old man who is impeccable at trolling would make a good president. Spoiler alert, not so much. And don't at me. I don't like the other guy either, but I don't have to work for FEMA to recognize a disaster when I see one. So when did we go from the calm, uncertain times that the most pressing issue was, can DD7 really remove ink stains from my shirt, to the third horn of the apocalypse? June 17th, 1994. Next fucking question.
Hey Tim, just wondering what you think of business owners who say racist or political things and then go running to the news crying when people boycott their business. Have a great day.
How many different ways do I have to say grow the fuck up before I end up having to beat you all unmercifully with a fucking Zoltar machine? Not everything needs to be political. I don't want to think about how my beans are voting this November. I simply want to ignore the abhorrent work conditions in the factories that produce my products. Fuck. You're also quick to throw away Adobo and burn your Nikes, but then you'll video it using an iPhone that some poor third world kid has worked his fingers until they look like fucking Arby's curly fries for pennies on the dollar for. Get some fucking perspective and stop making everything in life about politics. You know what would have happened if Tina Trigger didn't fire off a strongly worded Facebook post about Pizza Guy's Trump flag? I would have gone the rest of my life without knowing that town had a pizza place. The more you give attention to things, the worse the outcome, except for your kids. Take the attention you want to pour into your outrage and put it in your kids so they don't grow up triggered and ready to cancel everything that makes their hiney hurt. As far as inviting political debate over your business, listen, everybody wants to dance with the devil, then they complain about the song selection. When you invite shit in, don't be shocked when it actually comes in. Here's some apolitical words from our sponsor. Man, is that Freedom Block?
What? Yeah, it is. Why?
Well, turn it up, man. Oh, mother... Oh! God damn it. Remember when your parents thought that fighting the establishment meant getting high and going to festivals? Boy, times have changed. Now they're the establishment and they're fighting everyone else. So we've updated their favorite classics to represent a new day and age. Freedom Block has it all, man. 40 classics redone to prove the 60s were complete bullshit.
Some folks are made to live, cheat on flavor days, draft dodgers out for a while. But when the tax man wants to see your sheets, they're covered with piss and more. It ain't me, no, I ain't no draft dodger son, no. It ain't me, my hands ain't covered with dead hookers' blood, no.
That's right, Freedom Block. 40 classics redone to show just how full of shit your parents' nostalgia is.
One mask gives you asthma, and one mask makes you sheeple, and the ones that libtards give you were made by illegals. Go ask Trump and his 10-foot dong.
See, I've been through Portland getting gassed and restrained by a fella who won't give out his name. In Portland, you won't remember your name, 'cause the cops come along and they kick in your brain. Oh, ow.
Sitting here rusting my bones, ducking all these government drones. FBI's tapping my phone, and another bank just bought all my loans. Ooh, I'm just sitting here in total dismay, watching our kindness go away. Ooh, I'm just sitting here in total dismay. I'm sure it's fine.
Carry for the cops. There's black people, I think they're robbing us. Get the guns, carry for the cops. There's black people, I think they're robbing us. Get the guns.
You don't need that $29.95. You're getting a public defender. Spend it on Freedom Block.
Those repairs until they occupy. Save those repairs. Oh, you got your what Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Poor. Who? God, yo. What are they good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
At yesterday's protest, they told me you had got sprayed. Suzanne, the pepper spray made you teary-eyed. You marched down Broadway and you looted a store. Thanks to bricks thrown by paid protesters. I've seen protests, I've seen pain. I've seen many stores where you broke glass and you'd lose. I've seen many times where I might get pepper sprayed. But I also knew I could steal tons of shoes.
4 double albums, 18 CDs, 9 8-tracks, 24 cassette tapes. Order Freedom Block today. Oh my God damn it! Ugh. Can you stop that? Ugh. Order Freedom Block now. Welcome back to Shut Up Stupid, the show that I am desperately trying to get canceled. I'm your host, Tim Saliani. We have time for one more question. Roll it already.
Hey, Tim. It's Tim. Question for your little show there. So, what TV show throughout history is the best that's adapted from a previous property? Like it's from another TV show or a movie or book or comic book or a song. I don't know how many shows are based on songs. Maybe there's one. I don't know. So what's the best one ever? Is it Game of Thrones? Is it MASH? Is it Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Is it X-Men the Animated Series? Which one is it?
This is why there's no artists anymore, because people just sell out intellectual property redos. There's no original ideas anymore because you people just keep selling off your content. It's disgusting.
Holy fuck. Like, I shouldn't have to explain. You guys are all idiots. It should be easily discernible by the sanctimonious way that I turn my nose up at you fucking jackals.
Good evening, and welcome to Motherfucker Please, the show where lessons are learned and business is minded. I'm your host, Kevin Scott, and tonight we're going to take a look at... What? What? Yeah, I said tonight. 4:40? In the morning? Who the fuck's gonna be up at 4:40 in the morning watching this shit?
Ooh, you have a metal straw. I guess that means all the turtles are saved. Get a grip.
Jeez, Eppolinos!
Oh, don't judge me. There's a line chart that shows the rapid decline of my integrity has a subsequent correlation with the amount of zeros on a check made out to me. The real answer to your question is, The Honeymooners is the best adaptation. Little known fact, the Cedric the Entertainer Mike Epps Honeymooners is the original, but Jackie Gleason actually had the ability to time travel and stole the idea because, like everything else white people do, they appropriate it. It's a fancy word for stealing. I know this to be true because I read it on a QAnon site. Have a good night, dumbcuffs.